Hello, Skele Vaderites and friends of Skele Vader. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really excited to show you what I have to show you today. If you saw the thumbnail, you have a pretty good idea of what I'm gonna be talking about today, and I am extremely excited. The first thing I'm gonna say before we get started here is that I need to give a huge thank you to Aaron Davies, friend of the channel, friend of mine, and his family for helping make this possible today. This is a really big deal for this channel and for my toy collection. The item that we're gonna end this episode with is something that's just absolutely exquisite. And if you grew up in the 70s or 80s, you know what I'm talking about. This was an item that was everywhere. It was in our classrooms, it was at our babysitters' houses, it was at our friends' houses. If we didn't have it, someone else had it and we got to play with it. But we're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at a few other items. Let's do this. All right, folks. So what you're about to see is this enormous box, and it's full of goodies. And there's a long, interesting story behind this box. As you can see here, the box is pretty hefty, and the packaging and the care that went into this was extremely wonderful and well thought out. And I got to send a huge shout out, not only to Aaron Davies, but to his husband, Paul Henning, and their daughter, Lucy Henning, for spending so much time and care in packaging this and sending this my way. Now, when Aaron found the Sesame Street Fisher-Price playset on Facebook Marketplace and said how much it was a really good deal. I thought about it for about a half an hour and then I jumped on it. I contacted the seller. The seller was fantastic and they were really, really kind and informative. They sent me a picture of where they placed it on the porch. Aaron had to drive an hour out of town to go pick this up from another location in Utah. And it was snowing, folks. It was snowing out there, or it had snowed out there. So, I mean, really cool that he did that and he didn't have to do it. Now I'm gonna get into the items that Aaron sent my way. First thing I wanna show you is that Aaron sent over the entire Godzilla collection, actually. This has all of the early Godzilla films, including the uncut original Gojira. And then another masterpiece of monster cinema, King Kong versus Godzilla. And this, of course, predates the newer movies. And look at Kong here. One of my favorite designs of this character. Then he sent over the 2-pack, which has been showing up in Ross, folks. So he got this at a very good deal. But this is something that I've been looking for. I've been going to Ross once a week looking for this item and haven't been able to find it as of yet. But Aaron beat me to it. He found it out there at a Ross, and this is Forlom and Zuckuss. Essentially, this line of figures are the same exact molds as the original action figures, and I have Forlom and Zuckuss, but what makes this particular version so cool is that when Forlom and Zuckuss first came out, the first time that we got those bounty hunters in action figure form, they were mislabeled. Or here we go. We've got, Forlom mislabeled as Zuckuss. Love that. Zuckuss mislabeled as Forlom. When I was a kid, this figure was actually one of my favorite figures, and mainly because of that cloak. It's so cool that they gave him that cloak. These just add to the exciting lore and interesting history of the Star Wars collecting universe. I'm so excited to have them. Thank you so much, Aaron. All right, he's ready to be hung up on the wall, and so is he. Beautiful. Okay, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's have a very close look at this beautiful Sesame Street playset from Fisher-Price. First thing I'm gonna do is show you the packaging, because it did come with packaging. So we've got here, it says featuring Jim Henson's Muppets and other friends from the Sesame Street TV show. As you can see here, all of the figures that were shown in this image were actually included in the original playset. Now, I'm missing a couple from this playset, but most everything is intact and here. The two that I need to get are Big Bird with his nest and Oscar the Grouch here. Now I've already ordered Oscar the Grouch, and so he is on his way from eBay, but I almost ordered the wrong version. Notice here there's a little handle on the lid. There are vintage versions of Oscar the Grouch that do not have a handle on the lid. So I almost ordered the wrong one and finally found one that did have that handle and got that ordered for a very good price on eBay. This came with Susan, and she is in fantastic shape. Also came with Gordon. He is in incredible shape too. Mr. Hooper. Now, look at that. With his apron and everything, looks great. Mr. Hooper came with Ernie, and Ernie is in pretty good shape too. Bert is in even better shape. Look at Bert, he looks fantastic. And the Cookie Monster, and it's hard to get Cookie Monster without any scratches on those funny eyeballs of his because they stick out, they protrude, and they're always the first to get damaged in play. It came with the Cookie Monster, and it came with the light post. It says Sesame Street. Sticker was put on there quite nicely. Very cool, in amazing shape. Cute little couch. Newsstand for Mr. Hooper's store. The counter where Mr. Hooper would serve food. There's two little chairs here where your little people can sit and Mr. Hooper can stand up there. And I'm gonna show you what all this looks like in the playset itself in a moment. The Sesame Street Sanitation Department vehicle. Love this. I have one of these already. If you watch this channel, you know I have some of these things already, but it's really nice to have an extra one. The mailbox, so cool. You can actually plop the little pieces of mail in there if you would like. The fire hydrant, incredible shape. I love seeing these in such good shape. Bert and Ernie's little beds. Now the foam, just to let you all know, if you're interested in collecting something like this, it's very hard to find these beds with the foam intact. So as you can see, the foam is a little old here, which is totally normal. This type of foam degrades so aggressively once it reaches a certain age. So I'm just gonna leave those as they are. Another use of the foam, which is, I'm surprised is actually in better shape, is the little eraser for the chalkboard. So I'm gonna show you this in a little bit, but the in between both of the buildings is a facade, and on the other side, the internal side of the facade, is a chalkboard where you could write stuff. It used to come with a little box with a couple pieces of chalk, and it's missing. Oh, another thing it's missing is the other chair. So I have one chair here that's slightly damaged, but I just got to get another chair. So the Grover scene with the 1, 2, 3 counting blocks on the television screen is very, very cool. Looks good, making me hungry just looking at that. And it also came with the ladder that goes up the back. So let's have a look now at the playset itself. The stickers are intact. There's very little damage to the outside and the inside, as you'll see in a little bit, of this playset. Everything is in fantastic shape. Look at how clean and wonderful the interior stickers are, the wall stickers and the floor stickers too. So we've got those little records down there that are laying on the ground underneath Ernie's bed. This wonderful framed poster of them. Look at that little banner up there, Children's Television Workshop, a mobile hanging down. Love that. A little doorway that's open leading to the bathroom, and you see Ernie's rubber ducky. And we also have a picture of Bert's pigeon there. Really cute, their little matching towels. Right here is the chalkboard, so you can see someone had been playing with the chalkboard, which is really cool to see. I love that. I wish I knew what they were drawing there. And we go over here to this other room on the top floor We've got the couch, we've got the coffee table, the TV set with Grover on there. I love this framed image of Big Bird. So this is Mr. Hooper's upstairs apartment above his store. Here is a door leading to the bedroom. That's so cool. This says Home Sweet Home. Wonderful. And then down here is Mr. Hooper's bodega, right? His little shop where you could buy food. You could also buy magazines and other items too. Love this. Look at that. The counter with the food that he's serving up. The magazine counter here, which can also be placed outside. 1974. I mean, very, very cool. Very, very cool. And here we've got a window into Bert and Ernie's bathroom. You can see the rubber ducky on that side. Very, very cool. All right, now we are looking at the outside. I've got a bunch of things set up. I've got the fire hydrant right there, which fits perfectly in this little corner. I have my reaction Bert and Ernie standing here so you can see a size comparison. I'm gonna go ahead and put Mr. Hooper here next to the Fisher-Price Mr. Hooper so you can see a size comparison. Obviously the reaction figures are way too big for this playset, but it's fun. Thank you again to Aaron and family for sending this my way. I couldn't be more excited. All right, folks, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this episode on the Skele Vader channel. I'm really excited about this Fisher-Price Sesame Street playset. It ties my collection together. It is one of the greatest toys ever produced. Huge thank you to Aaron Davies, Paul Henning, and Lucy Henning for all of your efforts to get this package to me. And thank you so much for the gifts you also sent my way, included in the package. I appreciate it, and my family appreciates it. Thank you so much. Really, it's the coolest. And to all of you who are interested in becoming a patron of the Skele Vader channel, the link is right down below. I'm actually gonna be starting to post like vlog entries in my Patreon. So if you're interested in having an additional connection with Skele Vader activities, that is a way to do it. And I also want to let you all know that it's not a lot, $3 a month. It'll get you an initial artwork, and also you'll be able to watch those occasional vlogs. And then occasionally you'll get early access to episodes of Cambridge and with Sean, a podcast I co-host with my friend Mark. Thank you so much for being here, and I love reading the comments. So if you had a comment down below, I really enjoy those, and I'll definitely comment back. So good to see you here. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I'm going to be showing you now the shelves that are behind me, my bookshelves / additional toy display shelves, and we'll end with showing you where I ended up placing the Sesame Street Fisher-Price playset. But these are the toys and the books that are behind me in most of these videos. These figures are constantly shifting around, and I'm moving things around to different areas. But they do sort of showcase my interests in literature and also with toys. So this is a lot of fun for me to show this to you and give you a close look. And right up here is where I ended up placing the Sesame Street playset. Look at that. All these oddballs hanging out on Sesame Street. So much fun.